something seismic just hit British politics, and Westminster is in a tailspin. Reform UK, under Richard Tice, has pulled off the most disruptive move of the year, one that's left Labour, the Lib Dems and the Greens completely shell-shocked. No press release, no carefully worded speech can cover up what just happened. For years, these parties stood on podiums, waving banners about compassion and diversity, demanding open borders and promising sanctuary to anyone who knocked on Britain's door. But now, Richard Tice has flipped the script. He didn't shout. He didn't riot. He simply used their own words, their own policies, and made them reality, right on their own doorsteps. Migrants are no longer being funneled into struggling northern towns or forgotten coastal communities. This time, they're being redirected into the leafy suburbs, the trendy boroughs, the very councils that demanded more. Labour-run cities, Lib Dem heartlands, Green Party enclaves, they're all getting what they asked for. And suddenly, the slogans aren't sounding so noble. They're sounding terrifying. Because it's real now. The paperwork's in, the transport's arranged, and the backlash? It's begun. Starmer's team is in meltdown. Inside Labour HQ, the panic is not just rumour, it's confirmed. MPs are furious, councillors feel betrayed, and some are already breaking ranks. Leaks are pouring out. Strategy meetings have turned into crisis control. The phrase making the rounds is chilling. We didn't think they'd actually do it. For decades, working-class towns have absorbed the weight of immigration with zero say in the matter. Local services crumbled. Hotels were converted into shelters. Parks became temporary encampments. And if you dared raise a concern, you were called a bigot. But now, Reform UK has done what no party, Tory or Labour, ever dared. They forced the elite to live by the policies they pushed onto others. The reaction was instant. The moral high ground turned into political quicksand. Starmer is cornered. Say nothing, and he looks weak. Fight back, and he exposes the party's hypocrisy. The Lib Dems are no better. Ed Davey's curated image of moral clarity is collapsing as his own districts begin preparing for arrivals. Green councillors, once the loudest voices calling for compassion without limits, are now the quietest in the room. What's unfolding isn't just a local spat. It's a nationwide political reckoning. Reform UK didn't just make noise. They made policy. Their legal teams closed every loophole. Their council manoeuvre is watertight. The government can't stop it without triggering a constitutional crisis. And behind it all, Nigel Farage is whispering strategy, urging Tice to press harder. The silence from the media is deafening. Outlets like The Guardian and The Independent are scrambling to reframe the story. But the public isn't buying it. They remember who filled the hotels. They remember who ignored their protests. And now they're seeing a party that finally fights back. Donations to Reform UK are pouring in. Memberships are spiking. Poll numbers are shifting. Starmer's promise of steady leadership after Tory chaos is looking like a hollow illusion. His carefully crafted persona, calm, competent, in control, is crumbling under the weight of real-world consequences. And while Labour fumbles for a message, Reform is executing a flawless strategy. They're expanding this council campaign nationwide. They're going after every district that backed mass immigration. Every speech, every campaign flyer, every refugees welcome post, it's all coming back to haunt them. Tice isn't just calling their bluff. He's cashing the cheque they wrote. And now there's no way to walk it back. Starmer is trapped. Speak up and alienate Middle England. Stay silent and lose his base. Councillors are begging for help. Constituents are demanding answers. And Labour has none. The Liberal Democrats are losing control of their narrative. The Greens are hiding behind slogans that now mean nothing. Even the Conservatives, watching this unfold, are stunned. They didn't dare make this move. But Reform did. And they did it without protests, without riots, just policy, paper and precision. In living rooms, cafes and factory break rooms, the public is talking. And they're angry, not because they hate migrants, but because they hate being lied to. They hate being told to carry burdens that others won't. They hate being called racist for asking honest questions. And now they see a party that's willing to take the fight directly to the heart of the system. Reform UK isn't slowing down. They're accelerating, legal teams are expanding, public forums are being planned, and the grassroots are rising with them. What we're witnessing isn't a stunt. It's a full-scale challenge to the political status quo. It's checkmate. And Starmer? He's just realised he's been playing the wrong game. The elites thought they could preach from their safe, quiet districts, while others paid the price. But Richard Tice made sure those days are over. Now, the price is being paid by the very people who wrote the cheques of compassion. And the British public? They're wide awake. Because once the people taste power, real power, they don't give it back. Not without a fight.